Hello, welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading on where in the world is your soulmate. So, this reading is intended to be open ended. We're just going to see where spirit takes the message. We are going to get some geographical location information. We're just going to see where they are in their life overall and potentially what's going on in the connection with you at this moment, and so on and so forth. So we have 6 options to choose from today, starting with pile 1 here, pile 2 here, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, and pile 6. So if you need some time to meditate on the cards, see which one is calling out to you. This is about your soulmate, so this is of the utmost importance. Feel free to pause here. Other than that, I'll meet you at the pile. Welcome to your pile, group 1. So we are going to be looking at where in the world is your soulmate. So before we get to the cards, I wanted to dig into the mystery box to get some geographical locations. Eyes closed, I promise. All right. I got too many, but we're gonna roll with it. So some places, we have Colombia, we have Chicago, we have Congo, Tunisia, Algeria, we have freedom, Antarctica. So perhaps this person is a traveler due to the sheer amount of countries that have come out. We have Ghana, South America, we have Genoa, Africa, so there's a lot of African countries coming through. We have Asia, North America, makes sense with Chicago, Yemen, St. Lucia, Mongolia, and the Ivory Coast. So this person could be a well-traveled individual. They could have ethnic roots in any one of these countries, or perhaps you and this person are both travelers and could meet in one of these countries on your travels. This person could, because there's a lot of African countries that have come out, as well as South American countries too. This person could be African, they could be East African, yeah, or they come from an African nation that has a lot of Arab influence. Yeah, so Islam could be significant to this person as well. I'm seeing that too. So let's get to the cards. Okay, so let's see where in the world is your soulmate, a bit more about their characteristics, what's going on in their lives, and potentially how the relationship could be with you. So we have the Queen of Swords, Temperance, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Star. We have Hephaestus, we have work, young female, financial constraints, simply love, rise above problems, and keep an open mind. We also have harmony, life partner, attraction, unconditional love, you've already met them, and no, exclamation point. So I pulled one of the Mythos cards, which is the Hephaestus card, or Hephaestus card, to get some characteristics about what this person could be like. So I feel like this person, there may be something about an age gap between you and this person. Initially, I was getting that they were likely to be younger than you, but with Hephaestus coming out, you could be younger than this person. Either way, it seems like this person wouldn't be someone you would consider your typical type. And I think just in general, this person isn't someone that's considered conventionally attractive. I think this person may also have like insecurities around their physicality in general, or they struggled with that in the past. They could have some type of physical impairment or a disability, and they may use a prosthetic. or in their childhood they may have had like a physical ailment that they did a lot of physical therapy on. um, yeah, just to um, get through life just a little bit easier, because Hephaestus was born with what was said to be like a withered foot. And in myth, Hephaestus was also considered to be quote unquote ugly. So this person does have some type of wound around their physicality that they probably had to spend a lot of time overcoming personally. I also feel like this person could have come from, or could come from, a family um, that's a bit well to do, or they come from a larger family, but there's something about them either being casted out or having to break away from their family. Or there was like a breakdown in the family sector for this person, because Hephaestus, there's a lot of discourse on his origins. So there could be a little shroud of like mystery on this person's like family history. Maybe they also don't have a lot of information about where they came from. This person could have been like adopted, or there's something about a single mother, because Hephaestus is in myth considered to have been born solely from Hera, but in other stories he is considered to be born from both of his parents, but each story ends in him being ejected from the family home of Mount Olympus. Now, this person, I feel like in their life right now, where are they in the world? They're really building themselves up in their career. I think this person is a workhorse. They dedicate themselves completely to their task, and I feel like work is what has provided them a lot of solace, especially if they are a little bit lonelier as a person. I feel like this person is someone who really desires connection, but there is something about them that is striking. Like, they stick out in a crowd. There's something about them that's different from the group, and so they try to connect, and I feel like they may be foreign to the place that they are living currently, or where they'll be living when you guys encounter each other. And so there is kind of this cultural difference or a cultural clash that doesn't always read as smoothly as this person is intending, because I feel like at their core they are a very loving person. I think there's something that's just a little bit eccentric and quirky about them, but it is charming the more you get to know them. But a lot of people may understand this person's intentions. They may have a very unique style and way of communicating that doesn't directly translate to the people that they're around. And I feel like when you meet this person, there also may be this kind of friction, because this person may come from a country where they are a lot more blunt and direct, and so like sometimes the things that they say may be misinterpreted as coming across like this too harsh, or they may have like foot and mouth syndrome a little bit. But I do think this person, where they are in the world and just in general, they are someone who works with their hands, I feel like. I think this person is very tactile. You know, Hephaestus was the god of blacksmiths. So this person, I'm getting woodworking, I'm getting metal work as well. They're like something very artisanal, like they're an artisan of some sort. And so they love creating things. They would definitely like making things in their home or for their partner. They enjoy doing things like that for others. So they could work in a business where they have to either fix things, or they create like furniture or something of the sort. So they get a lot of supply and demand, and they have to deal with a lot of people delineating like what their wants for a piece or a project is. And so they may have to deal with a lot of like very nitpicky or upset people. This person could have a child, or I'm kind of getting like they could have inherited a child from a past relationship. This person may have like a crazy cheating story, like where they found their partner cheating on them, especially with Hephaestus. He was married to Aphrodite, who in the myth ended up cheating on him with Eris. He didn't really take it well and like publicly like outed the whole situation to everyone. But what's interesting to me is Eris and Aphrodite did have a child through the affair named Harmonia, and we have harmony coming through here. So this person, and Hephaestus and Aphrodite did end up like getting a divorce, but this person may have inherited like a stepchild from that relationship that they're still like actively in the life of that person. So they may not have like a child of their own directly, but or this could be like the story of how they came to be. Like they still have a relationship with their step parent despite that them and their parent not being together anymore, and that person could have played a very influential role in their life and teaching them a lot of things, or this is the role that this person is taking in this young person's life, that they really care about, and they really value being a parental figure to, or a sense of guidance. Now this person is incredibly skillful. Now, I think this person may be new to the area that they are in, because it seems like they could also, with some of the places that are coming through, they could be living in a area that is like, there's a very high cost of living. And so they're really like pinching their pennies right now and like building up the bank, especially if they are a parent. I feel like this person works so hard and may even potentially like live above their means to make sure that their kid goes to a good school, is living in a great area as well. And so they really give a lot of themselves to making sure that they can provide for the people that they care about. I think this person has a great like creative eye, especially when it comes to making things. I think they constantly are getting like a lot of ideas, like sparks of insight, and they really rush to follow those as well. Now this person may like deal with like a lot of obstacles, like it's like they're overcoming or trying to transcend, and it has to do with community. But with rise above problems, I feel like this person is someone who's incredibly resolute. They persevere through most of their challenges. I think also in terms of like their connection with you, you may meet them through a workspace, or you also could like request like a piece or commission a piece from this person. Or if it's not that type of situation, it could just be whatever sector of work that you work in, and you may be in a position where you have to train this person. I feel like you and this person are going to forge a friendship initially, but I think this person is really going to take a lot of time to observe you. It looks like they're going to be watching you from afar, and you may not be, like I said, initially attracted to this person. It could have to do with their age. They just may not be your typical type, but it seems like this person is kind of used to rejection. So I feel like they're going to be persistent in their pursuit of you. I do feel like initially you are going to turn this person down with no, but I think you're going to be moved over time with how caring they are for the people around them. This person also has like a really wicked sense of humor. I don't feel like you would consider them like an intellectual in the stereotypical or the most common way of understanding that word, but I feel like this person has like great comedic timing. They have a lot of astute observations about people, and the way that they are able to like dispel or what is the word diffuse situations. Like this person may be like a peacemaker. Like they very much so are like diplomatic in terms of like calming down situations, especially when people get riled up. Yeah, I just feel like they are very observant. They're a team player, but they may be someone who likes to like lead from the back a little bit. I think they are going to really prioritize you in a relationship. Now this person may like tend to date people that are what they would consider out of their league. I definitely feel like when it comes to you, they are considering you out of your league, especially with Hephaestus being married to Aphrodite. So you could be someone that is like noted for having like a very notable amount of beauty, a lot of style. You could be someone who is very social and has a wide social circle. And that could be also like where this like age difference thing is coming to play. Like it may be speaking to some sort of like physical like gap in attractiveness that could be perceived. Like you could be considered the more attractive one, or they could be considered the one with like a more like robust experience and skill set or something of the sort. But I feel like with attraction coming through in the cards as well, you are gonna like find a sense of unexpected attraction to this person through their personality. Now, I feel like with life partner and unconditional love, this person is someone who they want to be committed to someone. They really are going to work towards maintaining a relationship. I think this person, I feel like when they're not working, they're just like resting. So they're not someone who is going to be like overly online. It doesn't seem like this person really is interested in that very much. I think they may be someone that's hard to like talk to over the phone or text. Like they're someone who definitely needs in-person contact because a lot of their time goes to work, and when they're not working, they're going to be resting. So that may be something in the relationship that's going to need to be worked on. But whatever qualms you may bring up, this person is going to like work like hastily to remedy those things as well, because they really value harmony. They really value peace. They're very simple in their pursuits. They're very kind and warm, and yeah, they may be a little frugal as well with financial constraints. Instead of like buying things, they're like, oh, I can make that. Oh, I can do that. Or like, we have that at home. So that may be something about this person that's significant. But yeah, I do feel like this person has something about them that is like very unique and special to them, even if like right off the bat they aren't easily understood by others. I think over time, when people get to know them and give them a chance, they find out how like, you know, reliable and loyal and hardworking that this person is. And like all they really want to do is have a family that they can like work for. Like this person really just wants to like provide for their chosen family. And especially if this person does come from a past where they like have been casted out a lot with like, because even in the Hephaestus card, there is like an eclipse, and I am filming this on an eclipse. So this person could have been born on an eclipse day, but they could have just experienced a life of a lot of like turmoil and hardship. And so they're like doing it, like going out on their own and just building things from scratch. And they are happy with making sure that they can make their ends meet and have a comfortable life, and, you know, have their beautiful partner. So there is something about this person, like I said, there is an insecurity with them, so they might want to pedestal you a little bit. So that may be something to look for. But I do think this person is mostly like balanced and simple, and just wants to have a better life than they had in the past. So group one, if you like this reading, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello group two. So let's see, where in the world is your soulmate? So I'm keeping this reading more or less open-ended, seeing where spirit takes us with taking the wheel. So I just wanted to get some geographical locations, at least at the beginning, with the big mystery box of countries and cities and shit. So let's see. Eyes closed, I promise. Okie dokie. So we have Kenya. We have Seattle. We have Venezia, so Venice. We have France. We have Bushwick, so they can be in New York. We have Kansas City. And then we have the DR, so they can be Dominican. I just want to get one more for good luck. Okay. Sorry, headphone users. And we have Australia. Okie dokie. So any of these locations could be significant to this person. They could also travel there, or you could meet them on your travels to these places. We have quite a bit. We have the US, we have France and Italy, and then we have Australia, and then we have the Dominican Republic. Okie dokie. So let's get to your cards for today. Okay, group 2, so let's get some more information about your soulmate, where they are in the world, and their characteristics, what's going on in their life. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Lovers, we have the Queen of Swords, the Magician, the Tower, we have Uranus, freedom, daydreams and decisions, money, very soon, the Thinking Man, and letting go. So I pulled a Mythos card, which is going to be the Uranus card here, just to get some more information about this person's general characteristics. I feel like there's something about this person that is incredibly independent. They're very unconventional in their method and way of thinking, and just how they like to carry themselves. I feel like this person is more or less like, I want to say like a lone horse. I know lone wolf is the more common way of going about this, but yeah, I just feel like this person they have a lot of stamina, and they're a visionary. Like, they have great vision and insight. I think this person is incredibly future facing. There's something about them that is super electric, and they just get these random pangs of insight that they follow all the way to the end, and they know, I don't know, they just know. Like with the Thinking Man, I think this person could work in a field that has to do with investigation or science, because I'm seeing this person liking to take things apart and put them back together. They could like a lot of like mind activities to like sharpen their insight. They could be interested in puzzles, or they like puzzles of people. Yeah, they're just incredibly mentally orientated. They're super intellectual, and I just feel like they spend a lot of time in their mind. They're a very pensive person, but they have just impeccable timing when it comes to things. I feel like whatever career that they're working in currently, it does bring them a lot of money. I'm getting science. I'm getting something like tech as well. This person just in general could be someone who's really attracted to technological things. They could spend a lot of time on the internet, reading articles, reading scientific journals. They may be the type of person to listen to NPR. Yeah, but I feel like this person, it's like interesting, because it's like, to me, they're kind of like a thought form, and your Uranus in myth, because he's a primordial deity, was associated with the heavens. Like, he was the sky, and his consort was Gaia, the earth. And so I do see this interesting interplay with this person. They could work a very high-powered job that requires them to use a lot of their mental capabilities, and so when they're not working, they do really, really enjoy spending time in nature. They love greenery. I don't know, they like being out there, getting down in the dirt and stuff, and whatever gives them more time to think. I think this person is quite quiet, but like I said, this person, they just seem like they were a thought form in your mind, because there's something about this group that I feel like you guys have been actively manifesting a soulmate. Like, you guys could have definitely done some type of work or like spell to call in a soulmate. And so this person, like, it's like you released it to the universe with this letting go card, and this Magician, and like this person like heard your call, and they're coming. And so this could have been a long time coming on both of you guys' ends, where are coming out of a period of elongated solitude or singlehood, and you guys are meeting each other from like these different, coming with these different characteristics that are somewhat complementary. Like this person is very intellectually driven. They're very like, they love numbers, they love logistics, they love thinking about things. They Yeah. And I feel like you could be someone who's more embodied, more earthy. You could make a lot of like tinctures and oils. You could love like crystals, or, you know, just doing things with your hands. There could be something too about cooking. Like this person could be really drawn to your cooking and the things that you make. But yeah, I'm just getting that this person, the more that you lean into your daydreams and visualizing the type of person this person is coming closer to you. I think this person is very strong in their communication, though I don't think they're someone of many words. I feel like when they say something, it just like, it comes out very sharp, clear, and astute, and it just kind of changes the atmosphere of the room here. So with very soon, it does seem like this person is coming into your life very quickly. Now we also have no offer, remarriage, tension, and partnership. So this person, I feel like they can have a little bit like of a strong ego, in the sense where they may be someone who's used to being the smartest in the room, and so like they put a lot of weight in their opinions and ideas, and so there could be tension that they have with people around them in terms of like hearing other people's side. And I'm getting Gemini energy. I'm also getting Virgo and Scorpio. So those are quite interesting energies coming through. But I feel like this person may not really like working in groups, and so they're not someone who is, I'm also getting Aquarius energy from this person really, really strongly. I'm not getting this person really values or is super romantically oriented. They tend to be someone who does really care about their independence and their self-autonomy. And I think they like to just go off on their own a little bit. This person could be a Pisces too, because I'm getting Shadabishak Nakshatra, which I know is Aquarius in Vedic, but I feel like this person really values their independence, and so they may have divorced before, because with Uranus, that is like it's like an ageless energy. Like this person has been around for like a long time, or the amount of insight and what they've seen and what they've known, there's a lot of wisdom that this person has. And so I feel like if they have been married before, they are not someone who's necessarily looking to remarry with this coming through. This also could be someone that you could have been married to before, and they are your soulmate. But if you haven't, I feel like this person just may have a lot of like apprehension about marriage, specifically marriage, because I do feel like this person values partnership. They do want to be in a committed relationship with someone else, and I think it's because this person is more friendship oriented than romantically. I feel like the relationships that get the farthest with them is the ones where it doesn't feel super stifling. And I feel like if you pick this group, I think you also are someone who values your alone time and independence. I think you like to have your time to yourself where you make things. And so you and this person are going to have a relationship where you guys come together, but you also enjoy meeting each other. And I feel like with this like spending time together and spending time apart, because this person could travel for work, especially with the Knight of Pentacles coming through, and they may have to be away for longer periods of time. With the Tower as well, intention, I feel like it keeps the relationship fresh. I think this person is going to be someone that likes to communicate to you that they're thinking about you. They are going to be someone who sends you messages, or they're going to correspond with you over the phone. They're going to like write notes. They're very intentional as a lover with like letting you know and coming up with different creative ideas. But this time apart, I feel like it's going to build a lot of tension between you and this person, because I feel like this person likes to know how you tick, what are your interests and desires, your likes and dislikes, and they really like playing in that space. And I don't know, they like doing things that are unexpected and keeping things quite interesting. This person also might like to dwell a little bit in fantasy and playing with that, like making or realizing their fantasies and yours as well. But this person is not someone that holds on to things too tightly, especially with letting go. This person is constantly looking forward. I mean, even with the Uranus card, like he has his back to all of these things. So an issue with this person, yeah, and there's just something that's like kind of higher up. Like they have like an eagle eye perspective. They could like climbing or mountains. Yeah. And so this person may have an issue with, you know, remembering and recognizing that they need to like extend themselves more to relationships, because this person is coming off a little bit, it's not even cold, they're just like air. They're very crisp and clear. If you need to like talk things through, this person is going to be a great ear for advice and insight. But I think with their consort being earth and you coming in as representing that earth, you're going to help them get more in their body, and I feel like this person is going to help you get more in your mind. So initially, this person, when coming into the relationship, they may be someone who lets you know that they aren't looking for marriage or like contractual commitment. But I feel like over time, this person could grow to want to be in a contractually committed relationship, especially if that's something that you're looking for. I think this person, they are more like accessible to things that are presented as like concepts and ideas. So they could be someone who's really into therapy and relational improvement in that way. So communicating with this person as opposed to like trying to appeal to their emotionality will get you further with them. I feel like this person is, when it comes to relationships, they may move rather quickly, especially with very soon. Like there's something about this person that they're like slow when they don't have like they move off of inspiration. And so that's what I was talking about, like them having impeccable timing, because I'm also getting something, they could be really into stocks. And so they could help you with investing your money, because they know when to strike and like when to pull back, when to pull out of something. And so you may like have like very like random like sparks of wealth in a relationship with this person, and they could work in something that's a little bit unpredictable like that, like stocks, or they could work in finance where like you have to have great timing, know when to pull in, know when to pull out. And for whatever, like this person has divine insight, and they may not like characterize it as that, but they pull a lot of things down. They have a lot of wisdom, and I feel like that's why they could be a match for you, especially if you are someone who considers yourself more witchy and you like to do things like you do craft, you do little spells, or you have your own like little rituals and juju that you do for like good luck. I think this person is actually going to be someone that is really open to that. I think difference and eccentricities really entice this person, because I feel like they have their own little things that they do, their little rituals, even if they don't call them that, that they feel bring them luck and help them strike while the iron is hot. But they are going to be really enticed by your creativity, your earthliness. I feel like this person is a very live and let live type of person. So they're not going to be someone who bridles you or is like overly possessive. but I do feel like you guys are going to have a great meeting of the minds that leads to a meeting of the bodies. So group 2, that's what I have for you guys. If you like this reading, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Group 3, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? So let's find out where in the world your soulmate could potentially be. These are just going to be some geographical locations in this little mystery box here. And then we're going to get some cards to see some more characteristics about this person, where they could be in their life right now, or just some information that you could have about them in terms of your relationship with them. All right, so eyes closed as in mine. And let's get some locations. Okie dokie. Star. We have Romania. Okay, we have bilingual, so they could definitely be from a different culture to you. We also have Central Asia. So Central Asia, we got the stands coming through. We also have China, so they can be East Asian. We have Orange County, so they can be from California. We have Haiti, so they can be Caribbean. Austria. Uganda, Venezuela, and Singapore. So we have East Asia, Southeast Asia, Central Asia, we have Romania, and we have Austria. So they can be Eastern European, don't judge my geography awareness. Uganda, so they can be African, and we have Haitian. So yeah, these countries could be of significance to you or this person. Perhaps their background could be rooted in these places, and they could just be living in the place that you're in now. With bilingual, it feels like they are from a different country than you, because they had to learn another language, or this person is just someone that is extremely interested in languages and expanding their mind in that way. So they may have just learned that one of those for fun. So let's get to the cards. Hello, group 3. So let's see, where in the world is your soulmate? What can we learn about them? And just wherever else spirit steers this reading. I'm keeping it open, so stay open with me. So for the cards, we have the 10 of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups, we have 4 of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, we have Odysseus, we have Eos, we have Breaking Free, we have the Sacral Chakra, we have Contract, we have Healing Family Issues, Friendship, and True Gem. Okay, so I pulled some Mythos cards just to get some characteristics about this person's personality. And so that's where Odysseus and Eos come into play. Maybe you recently saw the Odyssey, or you guys could have went on a date to see the Odyssey. If you didn't, you should see it. It was epic. But this person, in terms of their personality, they could be someone who's incredibly clever and witty, because Odysseus was, lauded for being, basically a trickster. He came up with a lot of innovative ideas on the spot. He was very crafty in getting himself out of like precarious situations, though he often found himself in precarious situations. He always, maneuvered his way out of it, and he always had divine aid. So this person could be someone who just, seems to be touched by a stroke of luck, and they even may believe like they have like a lot of strong divine guidance, because Odysseus was quite devoted to Athena. That was the patron goddess of their family, and she really appreciated how craftful of a soldier, of a warrior that he was. And then with Eos is associated with the dawn. She is the dawn embodied. And so this person could be someone who really enjoys that time of day. They could be an early riser, but she's associated with using her rays of light to dispel darkness. So this could be a person who is, it really means something to them to kind of be a light in the dark for others and give people like a soft place to land, and help people face their issues. And this person's very loving. Like, in fact, this whole reading is bursting at the seams with romance. We have harmony within the next few weeks, attraction 2 to 3 months, yes, and you've already met them. So this could be someone who is in your life already, or you have a connection to this person. With Odysseus coming through, there may have been a sort of odyssey, like a long, standing journey of this person attempting to get back to you, and you to this person. So you could be the Penelope to this person's Odysseus. So like, yeah, he's essentially trying to get back home to get back to his wife. So this could be a person who, if you guys have been in a relationship before, you may have had to do a lot of like growing apart, and this person had to like overcome a lot of obstacles to get back to themselves. And the Odyssey is really about Odysseus kind of facing his own hubris. So maybe this person struggled with ego in the past, and that could have been an issue in you guys' relationship, and that could be what is leading them back to you. And so in terms of where this person could be located, I am getting a lot of water energy. So this person could live by the water. There is a lot of greenery as well. So this person could live in a marshy kind of place, or a place with a lot of marshes in the area. So I'm seeing a lot of greenery. It's a little swamp-like. So they could live in a place where it's a notable fish town. Yeah, and I think this person does live in a community-based area. I think this person could work in law, specifically family law or marital litigation. And so they definitely help families and couples settle their disputes. If not that, this person with Odysseus coming through could also be a soldier, or they were in the military for whatever country that they reside in or come from. I also feel like this person could instead perhaps work in therapy with healing family issues as well. Yeah, they definitely like to help people heal and dispel darkness for them. Yeah, and I feel like this person, they're very relationally oriented, especially with partnership coming through. With yes coming through, if you were thinking about a specific person in this reading, this is kind of confirmation that that person that was on your mind, this could be who your soulmate is. But I feel like this person is incredibly tender and sensitive. They're very romantic. This person could be a serial monogamist, yes. In the sense that I feel like this person feels like they're their best self when they're in partnership. And what's standing out to me with this 5 of Cups card is usually in the 5 of Cups, it's like the 3 of Cups that's knocked over. And then the 2 of Cups is what's remaining. But this person in the card is like pouring out the 2 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups is what they have. So I feel like when this person is not in a relationship, they can tend to feel like a little bit more desolate, and they may lean on their friends really strongly. If you and this person have not had a romantic history, I feel like they could be someone in your social circle who you have a really close friendship with. I think this person is super loving to everyone that's around them, and you could have watched them come out of a very long-term relationship, and you and this person have like became even closer, and so are wanting to delve deeper into a romantic connection. Now with Eos coming through, and then we also have the sacral chakra, and just because there's so much watery energy, a lot of romantic energy, Eos was known to have like an insatiable desire for lovers. And so this person, I feel, especially with the sacral chakra, they're very sensual. They have a very sensual appetite, and so they definitely like indulging in their body, and they themselves are kind of like water, and so they just kind of like flowing in with people and really melding into their partner. So they are someone who loves a lot of intimacy, and they're very indulgent in that way. But I feel like this person with breaking free, especially if they're coming out of a relationship, I feel like they're trying to end past cycles. And if they are not someone who's just coming out of a relationship, they could have, as a child, watched their parents go through a very tumultuous divorce. And perhaps that's something that's like a common theme in their family. And so when it comes to love, and this could be why they're so relationally oriented, um, they want to have a long-term family. They want to make sure, like, at the forefront of their mind, they're probably someone who's like, oh, I want to make sure like there's always romance and there's always passion and love in my relationship. They want to break the cycle of like seeing that happen in their family space, especially with healing family issues. This person could be really good with kids, or there's something about them that will let you know they're going to be a great parent. But I do feel like this person, they do chase love. They really are someone that is drawn to, they feel like they have to show a lot, or how do I say, they're someone that feels like they have to earn love, like they have to go through an odyssey in order to feel worthy of a connection. However, I do feel like this person is, despite their wateriness, I do feel like with True Gem coming through, they have a lot of different sides, but they are incredibly solid and hard. They want to be a rock for you when you come into their life, especially if this is going to be built on the basis of friendship. I feel like this person is going to be consistent. They want someone that they can pour all of their emotions into. I feel like they really do want to experience the full depths and range of love. You and this person are going to have a really strong physical attraction to one another. This person could be like into building up their body in a way, especially with Odysseus being like a soldier or a warrior. So that could be interesting. And like they may go on like morning runs at dawn, like they like running early in the morning. As well with like Odysseus, like he's like he's noted for, you know, coming up with the idea of the Trojan horse. So this person, they could, you know, be kind of like considered a very crucial team player at their job, or they're a very like notable lawyer, because I am getting law for this person. But they're still so compassionate with everything that they touch and they handle. I feel like this person as well, you know, they, wherever they go, they definitely carry their partner in their mind always. I think there's that, what is that poem? It's like, I carry your heart with me in my heart, or something like that. That may be significant to you, and it may be significant to this person. And like I do feel like they are someone who's moved by prose. They're moved by poetry. They could be musically inclined, or you guys could have a connection through music, like through dancing. They definitely feel like freer and lighter when they're able to move their bodies. I feel like this person likes to be helpful to their partner, so acts of service is going to be something that's super important to this person. And they're very intuitive. Like I feel like they have strong gut feelings. Like Pal 2, their person had a lot of intuitive insights, but they were more like mental electric downloads. I feel like this person more so just goes with their gut. It's more so like feelings and hunches rather than like direct, clear insights. It's like, oh, I feel like we should go in this direction today, or I have a bad feeling about today, like we should stay home, or things like that. So they may say things like that to you. Yeah, but it just feels like this person's very caring. If this is new, the way you guys are going to fall into this relationship is, it's going to be quite easy. I feel like this person is going to have a really great sense of humor, especially with Odysseus coming through just because he's so clever. Don't let them outwit you though, because we do run the risk of that here. But I feel like your relationship with this person is going to be incredibly passionate. They want a long-term relationship with you. They really value peace and harmony and stillness. Like, yeah, I feel like you guys are going to spend a lot of time by the water, and you may travel to places with nice like lake views or ocean views if you're in a geographical area like that. Within the next few months could be where you see some development in this connection, or it could be when you reconnect with this person if you've already been with them. 2 to 3 months is still within that next few months range. But yeah, this person feels very sure about you, and there is something quite Neptunian about them. They could be a Pisces. I'm getting all of the water signs really. Cancer as well. Scorpio a little less so, just because of how like this, there's a lot of sweetness that runs through this person. Not that Scorpios are not sweet. You guys are lovely, but like Scorpio has like a depth to it, and this person has a depth, but it's very gentle. It's not as intense. Platonic love is very like different to Neptunian love, and I feel like this person is quite Neptunian in the way that they go about relating to others and moving about the world. So yeah, group 3, this is your soulmate. If you like this reading, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye. Hello, group 4. So let's find out where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, your soulmate. So let's dig in for some geographical locations. My eyes are closed, so I'm just gonna give it a little shuffle and see. I think that should be good. We'll just keep this here and let's see. So we have Southeast Asia, we have the United States, we have Thailand, we have Milano, we have the South, and we have Barbados. And 2 more. We have the West Coast, and we have Canada. Okay, so wide range of places. Any one of these countries, potentially, I don't have any cities. Oh, and cities, because we have Milan here, could be of significance to you. We have Canada as well. So yeah, this person could be from the United States. If so, they could be located or, you know, originally lived in the South or the West Coast. This person could live in Italy with Milan coming through. This person could also be from Thailand. And we also have Southeast Asia here. And then they could be from the Caribbean, or they could be French. So you could meet them on your travels to these places. These countries could be of significance, like a point of study as well. So maybe this person does research for a living, or you guys could go backpacking. This is coming through, which it didn't come through for the other readings, so perhaps that's significant. But we are going to get some cards to see a little bit more about this person, so let's do that. Okay, group 4, so these are the cards. We have 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, King of Wands. We have Pan. We have Mature Woman. We have Obstacles, Envy, Follow Your Dreams, Love, and Soulmate. And I just wanted to get in the heart-shaped box and get some more little messages. Eyes closed as well. Okay. Perfect. So let's see what we got here. We have romance. Only child. Okay. We have this month. Buckle up. Karma. Friendship. Friendship came out for everybody. And manipulation. Okie dokie. Okay, so group 4. Where in the world is your soulmate? I definitely feel like this person kind of goes back and forth in location for, I think they live in two different places, and so they split their time. They try to split their time a little bit evenly amongst both. This person could quite literally be an only child, and that could make sense because it feels like you know, what could be taking this person so long to find you, or if they already know you, to be in a connection with you. Or an obstacle that could be posed in this connection is there is a mature, and I'm feeling like a maternal figure that is quite domineering over this person. I feel like they have a really close relationship with this mother figure well into adulthood, and it could be because this person could be an only child, or for whatever reason, this person is really tied to their homeland or to this person's expectations of them. They may have like material resources that are shared with this person, or you know, they could work for their family. But yeah, this maternal figure or this mature woman who could not even be a maternal figure. They could have been in a relationship with a past person who could have been older than them. Um, yeah, there's something about an older woman who is quite possessive over this person and can be a little bit jealous. And if it's not an older woman, it's just an older person in general. Now, for this person, it feels like they go from an area that there's a lot of water there to another area where it's more or less landlocked. And you guys did get the United States in your earlier cards. So this person could travel from a different country where they have access to more waterways, and then go to a state in the United States that's not like super close to the coast. Um, yeah, I feel like this person, especially with Pan coming through, because I pulled some of those cards just to get some characteristics about their personality. This person is incredibly sensuous. I feel like they are indulgent. They really have something quite hedonistic and passionate about them. They're very earthly though in their approach to things. So, and Pan has a sort of maddening quality. So I feel like they are someone who does cause does incite a lot of attraction in people around them, and people do tend to become possessive over this person. They kind of have a quality about them that makes people a little bit feverish. Now they could have like curly hair, because that's what I always associate Pan with for whatever reason. I associate Pan kind of with stark contrast in their features. So they could have like really pale skin and really dark hair, or vice versa, or just a very interesting combination of colors and like a very like prominent eye color. They are someone who, especially with the King of Wands, I think they have a lot of charisma. They have a strong sex appeal. They're very attractive. I do feel like they're physically attractive. And I think there's someone who likes to move around a lot. They also may have some little crafts that they do, or they like indulging in things. They may like paint for fun, or they keep a sketchbook, even though it's not something that like they really show people. But it's something that's for them, and they quite enjoy doing that. I think this person is very flirtatious. So they like banter, they like back and forth. But this person is someone who I feel like where they are in their life right now, they're at a little bit of a crossroads in terms of what they want to do and where they want to go and where they want to settle. I think there's a lot of expectations that's placed on this person's back that's coming from like a position of authority, whoever has this position of authority in their life. And it's someone that they do hold in like high esteem, high regard, but this person is posing as like an obstinate force in their life in terms of like what they actually want to pursue, with following your dreams coming through. Now we have soulmate, and the card says, yes, this is your soulmate. So if you came to this reading with someone in mind, yes, this is your soulmate. So I feel like as well, this may not be like the easiest connection to get off the ground, just because I do feel like it's like this person splits themselves and is splintered in two. So it's like, I think you are going to be a part of the life that they want to live and where they're trying to go. But there is like, they have like a ball and chain to another situation. I feel like someone has a lot of jealousy, and this person may feel indebted to someone, especially if they are a parental figure, or if they were at a place in their life where they needed help. They may tell you the story, and they, you know, sought the help out of someone. They may still be like indebted to this person, or feel like they're indebted to this person, because it looks like from the Page of Cups to the King of Wands, they may have come to someone, or they came to a mentor. Yeah, it seems like they could have signed a bad contract, but like they came to someone in a time of need, and like they built themselves up from that position, and so that person like invested in them. And like Pan as well is kind of like a trickster energy, so this person could be around a lot of unique individuals, and yeah, there's something to that there. But if it's not like exactly cut and dry that way, I feel like they could have like a paternal or maternal figure that is kind of pulling the purse strings for this person, and this person wants to, you know, splinter off into their own direction and have their own self-autonomous life. Maybe they want to do something that's like very different than what they've been doing and what their family has been doing for a long period of time. But this person is really wanting to follow their dreams, and I think this person has like a creative side to them. They're very passionate, they're quite dynamic. And if this is a maternal figure, I feel like this person is quite opinionated on who they wanted their child to end up with in a relationship. So this person, like this older figure, especially with manipulation coming through, they could, you know, use their power over this person against them, especially with the Six of Pentacles. Like this person has dice behind their back, so like there's something that's not completely clear. Like they're not showing their hand. There could be like covert contracts between this person and a maternal figure, or someone that they regard as like a paternal figure in their life that they do respect and feel indebted to. But this person is like overly encroaching on your person's life, and I feel like it could be out of a place of jealousy, especially with envy coming through, especially because this person has an access to, like, they live life very fully, and they have a very robust personality, and people are really attracted to them. And so this person may like siphon off that energy from this person by keeping them in proximity to them. So I feel like what could be an obstacle in terms of the connection between you and this person, and this is kind of like a karma that this person is working out, and in turn a karma that you're working out with this person in terms of like choosing yourself, if this person cannot separate themselves from a situation that doesn't allow them to live their life to its full expression. And so yeah, there could be something a little bit about like secrecy and kind of a double life here, because even with this envy, like there's like this window of gold and then shrouded in all these dark colors and this drabness. So, and it's like all the light colors are on this side of like with their soulmate, you know, because I feel like there's quite a lot of synergy between you and this person. And so that manipulation from perhaps their family, or this like family that they found themselves in, could trickle down into how this person relates to other people, just because they are, you know, living two different lives. So they also could come from a culture that is like more conservative and strict, and you know, not as liberal in mindset, and maybe that could be like a literal political affiliations as well. It's not initially how I meant it, but yeah, this person could be quite different than the cultural norm from which they come from. And so like when they visit their home, they revert back to those like rigid patterns and are not fully expressing themselves. But I feel like this person is reaching this point where they are interested and really like, you know, tempted, because Panda as well is like a tempter in like following their passions. I feel like this person is very loving as well. They are like someone who's passionate and romantic, and I think they're going to see something in you that reminds them of like their internal self, especially if they are shrouding like their more creative and liberated side. And I feel like through connecting with you, it's going to be a real temptation to kind of forego the secrecy and coming off of this threshold of not knowing which direction they want to take their life in. So group three, this person could be in your friend group as well. I don't know if I said that as well, or they have a lot of people around them, just because I wanted to address the friendship card. But yes, that's what I had for your reading. If you did like it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, group five. So we are going to get into where in the world is your soulmate, what you need to know about them, their potential relationship with you. I'm intending on making this like a series. I don't know if I said this in the intro yet, because I do the intro last. I'm rambling on. In this box, we have geographical locations. So let's see what we get, just to get an idea of where in the world your soulmate could be. My eyes are closed. I saw that. Okay. So let's see what we have here. We got the Midwest. Jamaica, Nicaragua, Sierra Leone, Roma. We have Nice, North Korea, Japan, and multilingual. Okie dokie. So this person could definitely be well traveled with multilingual. So they may have had to acquire a lot of different languages for living in a lot of different places. They could be East Asian. Africa is also coming through, West Africa specifically. We have a little bit of like the Caribbean, Central America, South America, and then we have the Midwest. So this person could be Italian, they could be French, they could be Asian, or these places could have significance to your relationship with this person. But we are going to get some more cards just to see a little bit more about where they could be and just more about their personality in general. Okay, group three. So let's see where in the world is your soulmate, and just a little bit more information with the cards. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles. We have Iris, we have communication, Ice Queen, helpless and hopeless, choose your battles, rest and rejuvenation, retreat, positive expectations, and happily ever after. So I typically pull the oracle cards first, and then I do the tarot. And when the oracle cards were coming out, the energy was just a little bit more like heavy and negative, and I was just like, oh wow, this person is like going through it. And then the tarot cards came out, and they're so like overwhelmingly positive. And so I pulled a Mythos card as well, just to give us like personality characteristics. This person's name could literally be Iris, or that could be significant to them or to you in some way. But she's like the goddess of the rainbow, and she's a messenger goddess. I feel like this person, and the song like Amazing Grace like randomly came through like really strongly. I don't really sing that song, and so it was interesting. But I feel like this person they could be someone who is like incredibly religious, or they're going through a phase where they have refound religion, or they have like a newfound connection to a higher power or source that they feel like is really giving them and has given them a lot of strength. That could be something that they talk about just to cover like location a little bit. I do feel like this person could live in like the countryside, whatever that might mean for their country, or they could live by a large body of water. But I am really getting the countryside, and seeing a lot of like greenery. I also see like mountainous areas too. But I feel like just in general with where this person is in life, I think they're coming out of a place where they felt like incredibly desolate, especially with helpless and hopeless and choose your own battles coming through. I feel like they could have been incredibly cold, and just not really doing the best emotionally, and they could have withdrawn from society and just communicating with people, in meet space, like significantly less. But this person, you might meet this person through the internet, or most of your correspondence at the beginning of your connection could be online and through the phone, just because I feel like, especially with the choose your battles card, this person may like that, like when they're online, they are able to like have like different personas, and not necessarily like this person is fake, but it's like people don't have to know under or see the extent of their emotionality. So they could be someone who really enjoys texting. They could be a quick texter, or like they tweet a lot, or like they could even like blog or something like that, or write things, because like they feel like they're able to express themselves better, and people don't have to see the extent of like what they're going through, like the reality of their life. And so this person could have been like a little difficult to access emotionally, just because they felt so low. But it seems like they had some type of, I don't, divine intervention is what's in my mind, but it's like they've had some type of like spiritual awakening, or like they reached rock bottom and like experienced some sort of like, they found a connection with like a higher source that they really like latched onto for support. And perhaps they actually reached out for support, and they had like a shift in perspective with positive expectations. And as soon as they have started leaning more into, like, they may have gotten to a more meditative space, or they took on prayer and things like that, and found a lot of like internal strength and fire, and is learning how to thaw the ice around themselves a little bit with the Ice Queen. There's a lot of feminine energy that's coming through for this person. So this could be a feminine that is represented in these cards, or someone that is just like really getting in touch with their emotionality and openness as well. And like Iris, like even being associated with rainbows, I know like biblically rainbows do have like a significance to the Christian pantheon, especially about like as a promise of not like flooding the world again after like such a tumultuous natural disaster. So this person, I feel like they have made a promise to themselves, to kind of try to be more optimistic in the face of like the different emotional challenges. So they may have dealt with a lot of like mental health issues like depression and anxiety, and not feeling like they had a way out. But with choose your battles, I feel like this person has decided to kind of like face those things head on. And I think there's someone who's transmuting a lot of that energy into something external. So like with the Empress, I think this person, especially with the Queen of Wands as well and Queen of Cups, this person is very creative. They could be artistically inclined. And so now they have a lot of different opportunities in that regard. They may even like write stories, because with happily ever after coming through, um, it is feeling like, you know, that's how fairy tales end. And so this person may like um, craft stories, and that's bringing them like a lot of wealth. They may be sitting on some money, and especially with all these sheeps in the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like this person has a lot of different avenues to bring them success, and it just comes through like letting their emotions flow out of them quite easily. Now this person could work in communications as well, and there may be like 3 significant women that have played a role in getting this person out of a dark place. And not to like keep harping on that, but like it seems like this is something that's really important to this person. It's something that they talk about, like, oh, like I really was like at rock bottom, and it was hard for me to pull myself out of that, but I had a network of support that has given me the opportunity to like finally feel secure on my own and with myself. And so I feel like with positive expectations and happily ever after, this person is like really looking towards the future for the first time with a lot of optimism, and they're seeing that reflected into their material reality. I feel like they are regaining a sense of confidence in themselves. This person also is probably like incredibly beautiful. Like there's something quite robust about them, but also still like they're very like intuitive, but like still they have like a fiery type of personality. I feel like this person is definitely not afraid to make fun little quippy remarks. However, relationally, I do think this person can tend to be a bit conflict averse, especially with this newfound positive outlook and expectations. I feel like this person may have overly leaned into that in terms of wanting to only see the good in people and look at the bright side of a situation and pick out, you know, the positive attributes in their partner. So sometimes they may glaze over issues, or they may suppress any issues that they could be having with the people or the person they're in relation to. And even outside of relationships, I do think this person is not super confrontational. In fact, like, I feel like they have the mindset that, you know, arguing and going back and forth is not a really valuable way to expend your energy. And so they tend to just move away from situations that are too conflict oriented. So I don't really think they like being around people who are super aggressive personality types. So that could be something to be aware of, because I do feel like this person also has a hard time dealing with people who don't like to receive help. So I don't know, I feel like this person gets easily triggered by negativity, and conflict as well causes them to retract into themselves and into their shell, and they may like take some time away to recharge by themselves. That may be a really big thing about this person as well, that they are someone who is incredibly warm, but they also take a lot of time to recharge their social battery. I don't think it's super hard to deplete. And if this person is in the face of something that they find like irritating, or if someone is being overly negative to their perspective, I feel like this person tends to shut down in the face of that, or go cold on people in that way. So like they may have a hard time with communication, like communicating their issues, and may resort to like stonewalling or like the silent treatment, even though I don't really think that it's malicious. It's like this person, not even to use the word nonverbal inappropriately, because it is associated with autism. This person could be neurodivergent, genuinely. But yeah, they may just have a hard time, like they want to express themselves, but it's quite hard to get out. And that could be why like writing or like texting it's easier. So you and this person like in relationship, you may like have like arguments or discuss your issues over text more because they have time to sit and think and like write it out, and they can get overwhelmed by the emotions in meet space, like in the moment, where it's difficult for them to approach a situation head on. I also feel like this person may really like to sit by water, or they like, the sound of flowing water. It brings them a lot of calm. So they may live by a river, or there's a significant river to this person's location. But yeah, with Iris, she is a messenger goddess, and she's kind of known for like flittering about, and she's a nymph. So like, I don't know, there's something kind of fairy-like about this person as well. They may be smaller in stature, even though they could be like curvaceous like we talked about before. But yeah, I feel like this person's very sweet and gentle. They're just a little bit sensitive, and so they take time to open up, but when they do, they have a lot inside to give. So yeah, I think this is group number 5. Yes. This was your reading. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe and give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello, group 6. Welcome to your reading. We are going to see where in the world is your soulmate. So I'm keeping the reading a bit open-ended. I'm just letting whatever come through, but I did want to have a little box of geographical locations just to stand as like a confirmation for you if you know this person already, or when you meet them to be like, oh yeah, these are significant countries for me to look out for. So my eyes are closed, and I'm just gonna pull some countries out of the box. All right, let's see. I busted out in the Spanish before I started this reading, and we have Mexico here. So let's see. We have the north. We have Sicilia. So Sicily. We have Egypt. We have Lyon. And we have Paris. So we have quite a bit of French. We have South Italy, we have the North, and so typically with that one, I meant North America, like the north of the states, and we have Mexico. I'm just gonna get like 2 more. Oops, sorry headphone users, I apologize. I'm gonna put myself in a corner. So we have Firenze, so Florence, and Pakistan. Okay, so we have like a wide variety of countries here. France and Italy is coming through quite strongly, and Egypt. So that whole Mediterranean area could be of significance to you. This person could also be Mexican, or perhaps they love Mexican food, or maybe on a trip to Mexico you could meet this person, or a trip to any of these lovely places. They could also be from North Mexico, since they were next to each other. So perhaps that's of significance to you guys. So we're just gonna get some cards just to get a little bit more information on this person's characteristics and see what we can learn about where they are. Okay, group 6, so let's see where in the world is your soulmate, what's going on with them, and potentially some info on how you and their connection could go. So we have the Page of Swords, the 6 of Cups, we have the 4 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the 7 of Cups, we have Apollo, we have strategy, gifts, courting man, dreams coming true, kick up your heels, angel of love, it is safe for you to love, and listen. Okay, so originally Pal 6 wasn't going to be a thing, but when I wrapped up the readings, I was just like, you know what, might as well add a 6th one, and I'm really glad I did, because this is a really interesting person. I pulled a Mythos card, which is the Apollo card, just to get some characteristics about this person's personality. And Apollo is known for having so many different gifts and traits. He is the god of prophecy and of oracles. He also is the god of music, and poetry and archery. And so this person is like has a very robust skill set, and I think they could be really known in their community as well, because Apollo was never like short of admirers and suitors as well. And so he was also known for having long hair and being like beardless. So this person could fit that archetype, or they just could have like something youthful about their face, or they could prefer to be like clean shaven. I'm also getting like this person could be considered extremely attractive, like a very eligible partner to have on your arm here. I feel like this person, with Apollo being like the god of like prophecy and oracles, like this person could have great foresight, and just like, I don't know, they're really able to call things. I think this person could be interested in music, and they may write, or they like indulging in the works of others. They're very dreamy. Like, you also could have literally dreamed of this person before meeting them. But I feel like where they are in their life right now, I think they are, doing a lot of research, and studying. And it seems like specifically you. I feel like this person could be in your periphery. And I think they have been watching you for a really long time now. You may not, I don't know, it feels like this person is having to extend their hand to you, especially when it is safe for you to love. They definitely want to gain your trust. Now, Apollo is someone who, like, he's very desirous, and he does like go after the people he wants, and with a lot of fervor. So this person could be in active pursuit of you. They like to gather information on the person that they are interested in, so that they can have like very like acute observations of you. I feel like in conversation they tend to listen really, really deeply, but like because there's something very strong about this person's gaze, like their eye contact. They could have like very beautiful eyes, but they're like piercing, or there's something about them that's like all knowing. And so sometimes you may have to like break eye contact with this person, because it could be so intense, or you could have moments where it's like, what are you looking at? And they're just like, oh, no, nothing. But it seems like this person is like a product of a manifestation of yours, especially with Angel of Love. I feel like they've been guided into your life. This person definitely has been planning their pursuit of you with strategy. As well, this person just in life could be someone who is very well planned. Their steps are kind of thoroughly calculated, especially with archery coming through with Apollo. When they strike, they don't miss. And so they could do a lot of work where they have to review documents and find mistakes, things like that. I feel like there is something about this person having a lot of partners, just because the Seven of Cups is coming through, and Apollo was known for having like a wide variety of lovers. And so I feel like this person is trying to gain your trust, that they want to pursue you. This person is an incredibly curious individual. I did want to go into the little heart-shaped box just to get some more like characteristics about this person. I'm not looking. One more. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got. Self-love. Offer. Yeah. Life partner. Do you want to be my life partner? Large family. marriage, and tension. Intriguing. Okay, so yeah, with self-love, like this person could be someone who, like, you know, they're attractive. That's been something that's like been reaffirmed to them a lot. But I feel like where they are with it before, like when they were younger, it could have been something that like they leaned into quite heavily. But I think where they are now, like they are more so trying to come at it from a balanced standpoint where they have a healthy self-esteem, but they do want to like center somebody else in a relationship. I think before they were super indulgent, perhaps even in like drink as well. Like they really loved like connecting and partying with others. But I think now they are in a calmer period of life. They could have a large family um, or a large community around them. Yeah, I'm getting something about a lot of siblings, and perhaps there was a lot of like sibling rivalry with tension coming through, like rivalry for prominence. Apollo, I believe, is a twin to Artemis, so this person could have a twin or someone that they've grown up with from childhood quite closely, that there could have been like competition amongst, and perhaps like now they're older and so they're attempting to individuate themselves from this person, and so this person wants like a partner of their own, especially like if you know their siblings are all like settling down in life. And so I feel like this person, even though they can be quite calculated and strategic, because I feel like this person is zeroing in on you, they are really guided by their attraction to you. And I do feel like their affection for you does come from a genuine place with angel of love, and it's safe for you to love. I think they want to show you a good time, and I do think they like gifting their partner material things. So gift giving could be a love language of significance for this person. And so I do think they want to wine and dine you with courting man. They like planning things. They want to plan dates for you. They want you to feel like this relationship is like what you have been fantasizing about and dreaming about, and they want to make that real. I feel like this person they're a very good orator. Like they speak very eloquently and they string words together really beautifully. This person could also like write really beautiful like vows, or like they may like be interested in having like letter correspondence with you, even if you guys yeah, because even with the feather in the strategy card, even if you guys live like close to each other, um yeah, I think they would find it really sweet if you guys could write things as well. There's something quite childlike about this person and their expression as well, that they have on the surface to people, because it's like this door is like blocked off and like people are like trying to peer into this person's life where they're a lot more deeper and profound and mature, and they like explore a lot of different ideas, and they're really interested in expanding their minds. And so they may not show that to the outside world super completely, or this person may start off in this like young, like flirty, whimsical type of person, because there is something like quite like watery and undulating about them. And then they could retreat for a period of time and come out like very mature and like refined in their sensibilities and a lot sharper. This person could write music, and they could have like an instrument that they play, and it would, I'm leaning towards more a string instrument. So this person could play the guitar, or even they could have had a history of playing like the cello or the violin when they were younger or something like that. But this person is incredibly intuitive. They could have like prophetic dreams specifically, especially with, oh my gosh, dreams coming true, like quite literally. Their dreams could come true. But this person is like very romantic, and I think they are super sweet in that regard. And then with kick up your heels, I feel like this person enjoys like having a good time. They're very fun loving and adventurous. There is something about this person that could be like they have a lot of access to resources, and I feel like it's not that they're stingy, but they are someone who likes to stack their coin. That I feel like that is something significant about this person, but they are quite generous when in relationship, romantic relationship with someone else. So group 6, that is what I have about where in the world is your soulmate. It looks like I'm also getting like foresty places, could be significant. Somewhere where there's like a lot of wood around. I'm also seeing cobblestone streets, so that could be also of significance here. But if you like this reading, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye.